The great yellow sun is reflecting in your deep blue eyes. The day has begun. You spin around, you laugh to yourself. And I see you shine in every color, resting your head in my arms. You sing.
What's up, socials? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 2 of Boss Status, powered by AWeber, helping you grow your brand so that you can go after the life you want. Yes. Ooh, we gotta keep doing that. We gotta keep going after the life. Let's do it. So, as you are probably interested in, and as you probably also know, productivity is a lot of what we have to hack on our way to success. We all get the same amount of time, but we want to use it very wisely, because once you start keeping track of time and like really how many hours and minutes and days and weeks and that you actually get, you start to feel like you don't get that much of it. And just think, literally everybody else is on the same timeline, so we gotta get to work. Today we're gonna talk about 5 things that you can do every morning that's gonna help you go after the success that you are striving for, no matter what that is for you, no matter what those goals are. You don't have to be wanting the same things that everybody else wants, but how can you be the most productive with your time and do things that will move the needle for you? Here are 5 things you should do every morning to not only go after the life you want, but be more productive while you're at it. Number 1, and most stereotypical, wake up earlier. I'm not talking about just waking up early. I mean, there's a lot of people saying that, but actually, if you just woke up a little earlier, things might change a bit for you. Just think about the time that you actually wake up and roughly how rushed or feeling a little lazy you are at that time of day. Maybe you slept through your alarm clock, maybe you woke up with the alarm clock, but you set it for the absolutely last time available to wake up. Just think about if you gave yourself a little bit of extra time. Every day, work on making it a little bit more. 15 minutes more than yesterday, and then the next day, and then the next day, until you're happy with where you're at. It doesn't have to be some ungodly hour that everybody's telling you you need to do. Some of the best advice that I ever got when I first started my business was, don't let anybody else tell you when it's okay to sleep. That being said, you can get more out of your day if you wake up a little bit earlier than usual and adequately get the sleep you need based on what that timeline is. As much as I hate to be on the morning person train, I know for a fact, based on my own experience and the experience of many others that I've spoken to, that when you are up before everybody else starts pestering you, things just get done. It's just how it is. You need some focus as a part of that. You can't just like be giving away the extra time that you woke up for, but do it when nobody else is trying to hold you accountable yet. Do it for you. Like I said, 15 minutes a little bit earlier every day, see where you end up that makes you happy. Number 2, create something by you. In that time that you get back in the morning, maybe you have a blog or an Instagram or a vlog, whatever it is. Maybe I'm not vlogging at like 5 o'clock in the morning because I haven't quite taken care of things yet, but I'm still gonna create something. Usually I will write at that time in the morning, because the more we try to get our message out there, the more things that we create, the more impact we're going to have. Now, you of course need to do your work to market said things that you create, but at least taking the action every day helps you get into the flow of sharing your message. What does your voice sound like? What does it mean for you to choose the route, the opinion, the stance that you have? If you don't put that in some sort of form on a regular basis, it can be really hard to start something new. So maybe this is you starting something new, or maybe it's something that you're being more consistent about every single day. Make the time for it every morning. Somebody I truly admire, and I cannot wait to see him speak next week at Digital Summit Atlanta, where I will also be speaking, is Seth Godin. He is absolutely famous for blogging every single day. And if you look at his blog, it is like, it's on typepad, A, and B, sometimes it only has like 100 words, or not even 50 words. Sometimes they literally have a couple of sentences, the blog posts, but he writes it every single day. This, among many reasons, is why people know who he is and the impact that he has, based on the message he shares very regularly. Everyone's so busy trying to hack something to go viral or grow huge, to be some sort of enviable, crazy number. But in all actuality, it's about consistency. It's about showing up regularly. That means a lot more than these ridiculous vanity metrics that have merit for whatever reason we've given them. Maybe it's just because it's easy to measure. But many people like myself have simply given themselves a venue to talk and share and hear from their own audience on a regular basis, and therefore their impact grows in the way that they want it to for the type of success that they desire. It's not about being famous, it's about getting what you want. That's what we're trying to do here. If you don't let people know what you want on a regular basis, you're not gonna get it. Number 3, connect with 3 people that you haven't really talked to in a while. They could be people you met a long time ago. They could be people you met just not too long ago, but you wanted to make sure remembers who you are. When it comes down to it, the more people you know, the better off you will be. The bigger your network is, the more success you could potentially have come your way. It doesn't mean you have to remember the details of every single person you've ever met. There are tools for that. But you also shouldn't let those people slip through the cracks, which is also why we need to diligently use these tools. Really great example of somebody that didn't have the software that he necessarily needed, or probably, I don't even know if he wanted to use it, but Bill Clinton used to keep track of every single person he ever met in a little book. And it was because he's like, I'm gonna be running for president someday. I'm probably gonna wanna call you. Can you tell me about yourself a little bit? He kept track of everybody so that he could go back and continue to remember why they met, why they matter. And then he would provide value to them to eventually go on to get the success that he wanted. You can do the same thing, essentially, with software that will track everything for you. I love tools like HighRise. HighRise is my go-to contact manager system right now, or Contactually is also one that I've used in the past, which is fantastic for tracking all of your emails and your tweets and things. They can see if you have contacted somebody recently or not. And you can use this software to go, okay, who have I not talked to in a while that I should probably just nudge? Send them an email and say, hey, what can I do for you? Can we get coffee soon? I'd love to give you a ring just to check in. How's it going? Simply by doing this, you don't know what's been happening with them, which is essentially why we're calling, right? They may have a need for what you do. They may know somebody who has a need for what you do, or maybe they don't. Maybe there's just simply something you can help them with because of somebody else you know. Play the connector card. Make someone's life easier for any reason. By doing that, you will be remembered. My highest paid speaking gig came from somebody that I met at my first networking event ever 7 years ago. And it didn't happen until this year. Build the success for the long term. Number 4, and super, super important for your morning, is to send those emails to those people, or however you want to communicate with them, text message, if it's not too early, giving them a call. But don't let email take over your morning. Set the time to check your email. Don't let that agenda of other people change how you plan to start your day. The most successful people decide what their day looks like from start to finish. I fully believe in calendar blocking. Go watch my video, How to Plan Your Day. You'll get a full idea of what that looks like. But checking email is basically inviting somebody to say, hey, you should be doing what I want you to do right now, which is just not what we need. If you can't start your day on your own terms, you're not gonna get anywhere in the long run. And number 5, brainstorm ways to continue to grow your community. You can create content, you can create impact by social or blog posts or video. You can contact people on email all the time, you can ring them on the phone, you can go to events, you can do all the things. But the most important thing that we do is continue to retain that network for one that we can tap into today and for the long haul. The number of YouTube subscribers I have is an arbitrary number that could go away at some point. I don't know what's gonna happen to YouTube, and it's already changed so much in the amount of time it's been here. Same thing with my Twitter followers, my Instagram followers, my Facebook fan page, and we all know how successful that list is because these algorithms change constantly. But what doesn't is when someone says, Amy, I want to hear from you, and therefore I want you to have my contact information. That is why my email list is one of the most important things that I have, and therefore continuing to make sure that I treat it and nurture it the way that I need it to work for me for the long haul is very important. So think of all those people that maybe like what I'm doing but haven't signed up for my email list yet. Well, it's probably because things like join my newsletter are not that super interesting anymore. Nobody cares about your newsletter. But if I offered something interesting, valuable, entertaining even, just for somebody to say, oh, here's my email, I'm in, that is gold. I'll give you a great example. I woke up every morning for 2 weeks straight building a PDF download that's totally free for everyone. You could have it if you want, called 1,000 Video Blog Topic Ideas. You can go to vloggingtopics.com and it's there. I woke up every day to write that. I came up with all my own ideas. I wanted you to just have the what. You wanted to make video, but you didn't know what you wanted to talk about. I made it for free. Simply signing up with your email allows you to join my list, allows you to say to me, I want you to email me on a regular basis because this is something that I value, and I want more of this. That invites another way of building the relationship for us. That is a super productive thing for me to work on every single day, because it means I'm continuing to find ways to allow people to find me and decide that they want to sign up in that capacity. People are texting me right now. Okay, look, network, sometimes I gotta focus on the video, okay? So find ways to brainstorm around that. Maybe that blog post you wrote this morning spawned an idea for something that might be an additional thing you can create to get people on board with your email list. I highly recommend AWeber for your email marketing services. They are the sponsor of this series, but I've been using them since the beginning of Savvy Sexy Social. So I totally trust them, and they're a fantastic way for me to stay in contact with people who said, Amy, I want to hear from you, but aren't relying on some algorithm on some social network in order to find out what I have to say. When you're brainstorming in your most productive time on ways to give more value, you win. Those are 5 things you can do every morning in order to grow your impact, be more productive, and achieve the success that you want for the life that you are going after. You've got to do it every day. You've got to stay consistent, and you will see what it does for you. If you have another idea of something you can do every day to be more successful and productive in the morning, share it in the comments below. Thank you to AWeber for sponsoring this episode of Boss Status as usual, and make sure you check out links for more information about them and a very special offer for the Savvy Sexy Social community in the description below. That's all for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Subscribe for good vibes, and as always, remember to go after what you want. Cheers.